Good afternoon. It's another fine Saturday afternoon where we meet for our sports talk show. And today, our focus goes to the role of academies in building football. And I'm your host, Langat Brian.
And I'm Jackson Kimazi. Welcome to the show.
Jackson,
Yes.
the role of academies in football is always so impactful that if you look at Europe, America, if you see these top universities and football clubs, they have academies whereby they source talents, grow them, and in future they become part of their teams.
Definitely. Academies play a very vital and pivotal role in football growth. Starting as you have mentioned in the European clubs, and we can arguably Europe is the continent or the region with the best football.
Back here home in the university, I have seen that this is a space that the University of Nairobi has not utilized. Maybe there could be some challenges, but I think if we can start small, maybe with some steps, with time, we could be somewhere.
I do agree with you. The university has not quite exploited the available resources, because even before we go to the academy, even the football pitch, we cannot say it is state of art. It is just the football pitch that was here like 10 years ago, or at least 5. So I think there is something that can be done.
And when we say academies, it instills discipline. When someone joins an academy, there are a set of laws, like you report this time, you have to do this and this. So you find that they will follow that with consistency, and with time, they will have created a culture where they grow with it.
Football is a culture. Football is not about training. Football is not about the coming to the pitch. Football is a culture. So if the culture dictates that you be on the pitch every day 4 p.m. in the evening, that is what will happen. But as long as there are no set rules, as long as the students come to the pitch whenever they are free, really it is not the result. The ultimate goal will not be achieved.
Also, when we say academies, maybe most universities always the focus is on the studies side. Maybe if also they are to use these competitions we usually have in the college competitions, we have the secondary schools competitions, they can source for the best players, as well as they will join the university as students.
As the saying goes, work with no play makes Jack a dull boy. So definitely, while these are learning institutions, we are not learning only the brain work. We are also learning the skills, and one of the skills is in the sports. So if the university can find it right, really we can make some efforts towards improving the status of the infrastructures. And even if we don't have enough money to set up, because it's common knowledge, to set up an academy is not walk in the park. But we can use the little funds we have, maybe to start by improving
what we have,
also hiring like technical, because you go to the football pitch and people are training on their own, or the coach is just a fellow student who is deemed an expert. But if we hire a professional coach, if we try to get the necessary equipment, the basic infrastructure, we can really move a step ahead.
I agree with that. Maybe also the government should increase the capitation to the universities. I think most Kenyan universities, the challenge is always on the finance. So whatever the university has, the focus is always on the research and mostly what is done inside the classrooms.
Definitely, and remember there is a fund established by the government, the sports fund.
Yeah,
I hope it is still functional. So the funds that are collected, or rather the sports funds,
yeah,
a part of it should be directed towards improvement of these infrastructures of
yeah,
the status of sports in the universities, because in high school we see that the competition is quite high. There are even East African very prominent games for
yeah.
nationwide and East African, but really you cannot even remember the last regional games for universities.
To add on competitions, Kenya also is going to co-host with Uganda and Tanzania the next AFCON. The president also was saying the focus is let us grow talent so that by then we will have a competitive team. So maybe they could use also the universities as a source for this for the players who will play in the AFCON.
Remember those most of students who are in the universities are 18 years and above.
Yeah.
And I think if they have the right skills, they do qualify even to play in the national team. So we can try to get players from the top universities, but how do we get this if we don't have the right infrastructures?
Yeah.
We have first to get the infrastructures even, so that we can have a process by which we
Yeah.
can say these are our top players because they competed with each other. And where did they compete?
Yeah.
In the university competitions held in our pitches, because we cannot rely only on Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium. Those are used by the top flight teams.
Yeah, but that said, I think also we give credit to the university. It is trying, in as much as the playground is not the state of the art, but it can work.
It is given
Yeah, there is also the various clubs. We have FC Vikings. So
we have Tandaza, all
yeah,
those. Yeah.
they are trying. It can work. So maybe if we are to boost these teams with maybe some little finance, then they can be good.
We just need a little push, and then everything will blow up. And we hope that the government, through the Ministry of Sports, will hear this cry and get into work, so that maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we will have even clubs from the universities competing in the Kenya Premier League.
Yeah, in the top tier competitions.
Definitely.
Yeah, that has been our show. We've emphasized the role academies can play in football. Stay tuned. Thank you for having time with us. We meet again on our next show. Goodbye.